and share with you some of my beauty and skin favorites. I have been getting quite a few questions about what do I use for my skin routine and what are some of my favorite beauty products. So I thought I would pop in and I would share some of them with you. So I guess if you're interested in that, just keep watching. One of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about was what I kind of use for my skincare. Let me start by saying that, first of all, if you're new here, hi, I'm Max, but I am in my 50s. I am well into my 50s, and I suffer from extremely dry skin. And as I started to age even more, when I came out of my 40s, I used to have combination skin, and as I kind of like got closer to the end of 40s, it just started getting extra dry. I was always dry on my body, and my hands were always extremely dry because I'm always washing my hands, but my face was, like I said, used to be combination, but now it's dry skin. So I have to do everything in my power to keep it moisturized. So let me start with skincare, and then we'll kind of move into just a little bit of makeup, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is what I use to remove makeup, okay? So I try to use oil, right? So one of the oils that I use is the Babor cleansing high oil, and I just put this on a cleansing pad, a little white cleansing pad, and I just kind of put the oil on there, and it kind of removes my eye makeup. And I don't have to use like 50 pads, you know what I mean? I use like one pad for this side of the face and one pad for this side of the face, and it even goes down and cleans my neck, and it removes all my makeup. Now, I'm not a heavy makeup wearer, but there are days when I do a really strong beat face, and this takes it off with ease, and I don't feel stripped and I don't feel dry. I still feel moisturized after I use this, so that when I get ready to use the cleansing products, that I'm not even further stripped. You know what I mean? So I like this oil. I think I've tried one other oil, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that oil because I felt like there was alcohol in the oil. This one, I don't believe that there's alcohol in it, but it works really good. I love these products. These are some of the best products. Now, I don't hear anybody talking about them, so I don't know if they're just not popular on YouTube, but I love their whole line of products. So I'm gonna go through everything that I use from them, okay? Okay, so then when we get to cleansing, there are 3 products that I use, right? And I kind of alternate between them based off of what my skin needs, okay? So if my skin feels kind of like, I want to say in the winter time when I'm feeling like super dry, or if I'm just feeling dry, like my skin needs it, I use the Babor Gentle Cleansing Milk. Now this is a really gentle cleanser. Like, this is super gentle. And it's to the point where it's suitable for all skin types, right? But it doesn't give you a lot of foaming action, you know? So sometimes I don't feel as clean. Like, I feel like I have to do this maybe 2 or 3 times to get the cleaning I need, but it also doesn't strip me where my skin is white when I'm done with it, you know what I mean? Because my skin gets to be that dry where it'll be like white, patchy, ashy marks on my face. So I love this one for that reason, that it's a very gentle cleansing milk. So my skin feels like it's been kind of like taking a milk bath, basically. It feels very hydrated when I use this. Now another one, when I want to get a little bit of a stronger cleaning, but I still want it to be gentle, I use a La Mer cleansing foam, and I got this one because the one that I normally use, which I'm going to show you next, was out of stock, and it was out of stock for a long time. So this one cleans. To me, this one has some foaming action where this one doesn't have a lot of foaming action, but this one is still a gentle cleaner. It doesn't feel like it strips me, and I can probably get a good cleaning out of one wash, you know what I mean? Like one foaming wash, put it on my hands, rub it on my face, and kind of, a cloth off of it, and then I'll still use a toner, right? But this one is the one, as you can tell by how beat up it is, and I buy this in bulk. This Chanel one, the La Mousse Cream Natoya, and everything that I'm talking about, you guys, I'll link it below so you don't have to worry about it. But this one is the one that one wash foaming, I can get everything off. And it doesn't dry me necessarily, but I can feel that, you know, I'm gonna need some heavy moisturizing afterwards with this one. So I love this one a lot for that reason. But like I said, this is for you if you have aging, dry skin. These cleaners right here, these 3 cleaners are what I live and die by. They help keep the flakiness down. And then I have like red marks and stuff like that on my skin, and this helps tremendously about not agitating it. Now I don't suffer from acne, I don't have bad skin like that. I suffer from like some hyperpigmentation, which I have really bad on my body, but it's not really super bad on my face. I just have kind of some red spots on there, and a little bit of hyperpigmentation, but not too bad. But these right here are the cleansers that I really live by. So I love these. So the next step is I'll do a toner if I feel like I need a mild toner. I didn't bring it out here because it's not my favorite toner, so I don't think I'd really suggest it. To me, it's a little too harsh. So after that, I go ahead and I do my moisturizing step. So I use Dr. Babor Lifting RX, and this is a collagen cream, and I bathe in this stuff, okay? This is very, and I'm almost out of it. This stuff is like very emollient, it's very creamy. It is, I don't wanna waste it, so y'all just gonna have to look at it, baby, because it's too expensive for me to pull it out to show you. But this stuff works wonders. Like, as you age, you start to lose collagen and your face starts to sink, and you know, you get all this different stuff going on. And so I drink collagen. I have the kind that you put in your coffee, so I take that every single day, as well as this. I even had pills, honey. I was doing as much as I could, and I love the way this feels on my skin. I feel like it keeps me lifted, you know, the way that I put it on, because I put a dot here, and then I kind of rub upwards, you know, and I think it works wonders. It is, I live by this stuff, and I put this on morning and night, like heavy. I lather my face in this heavy. And this is the best cream I think I've ever used. And I went through the La Mer cream. I had that cream, and it was, to me, not worth the money. I did Kiehl's, I did CeraVe, I even did a Chanel Sublime cream, and it was okay. But this one, to me, I could really see the effects, and I really like it. I like it in conjunction with all the products that they have. So I use that. And then I also use this rejuvenating facial oil. Now, because I'm extremely dry, I will put this on first, and then I'll go through with this dropper, and this comes in like a dropper form, right? And I will apply this all over my face and all over my neck, and this will keep my skin extra moisturized. And I do it at night, and again, I do it in the morning. And this will go on before I do my makeup. And no, my makeup doesn't apply oily or anything like that, because my skin just kind of soaks this on in. And you know, I do it maybe, it'll probably be like a half an hour before I get ready to apply my makeup. So it's been sitting on my face for a while. So I'm not like still oily, you know, by the time I'm getting ready to apply the makeup, but it works wonders. And then for the eye cream, I have the Skinavage Moisturizing Eye Cream from Babor. And I just kind of put it around my fine lines on my eyes. As you can see, I still have. So I use that. And I basically use this morning and night. So this is part of my morning and night skin routine. So I have tons of this. But there's another piece that I use, which is this cream right here, which is the lip and eye care cream. Now I carry this in my purse because sometimes I'll get like especially like if it's windy or something, I'll get watery, and then it'll start to get flaky under my eyes. And I'll just dip my little finger in here, and I'll use it, you know, dab it around the corners and up under my eye. And that takes care of that like dryness that's up under there. Even if I have concealer on, I'll put it right over the top of it, you know what I mean? or I'll take like a little makeup wipe and dab a little bit of my concealer off and do it and put it on, and then I'll reapply concealer if I need to, but usually I'll put it right on top and it'll take away that flakiness, and I love that for that. And it's also good for like conditioning on my lips. You know, I use it for my lips, and I like this. This stuff is like, this is like diamonds. It's like diamonds to me. I love this stuff. This is the Babor Lip and Eye Care Cream. It's a cream contour, and it works if you have that, like, you know what I mean, how I had a dry flakiness around here. If you have that, especially with the concealer, the brand that I use for concealer can be drying. I kind of mix two together so that it's not as drying, but I love using this to keep that area moisturized under there, and around here I'll get the really dry, pilly nose and all of that. So yes, this is something that I love, I live by, I totally need. So that is my skincare regimen. I mean, occasionally I will do a face mask or something like that, and I don't have a favorite one. It's just whatever I feel like my skin needs, I'll grab one. And then the last step is I use SPF. I use sunscreen, and I don't go out of the house without this on. I have one in my car, I have one in my purse, and this one is the Protectant RX. This is a mineral sunscreen. This is SPF 30. I love this stuff right here. I love this one. Now, I used to use Neutrogena sunblock, like completely, and I used that for years. But as I started to age, I noticed that my skin wasn't kind of really meshing with it well. My dermatologist said that maybe I should kind of lighten up on that one. So I switched to this one, and it works wonders. I love the way that I feel afterwards, and it, you know, in this day and time, even if you're African American, you have brown skin, you still got to use sunscreen. So I've been a sunscreen girl for probably 30 years. Yeah, I've been using it since I've been in my 20s. So yes, but I came across this one maybe about 5 years ago, like 2018, 19. So I've been using this for a very long time, and I love that one. So that is kind of everything that I use in my skincare. So I thought about sharing that with you guys because I know everybody's been asking me, like, what do I use? Okay, so let's get into a little bit. I don't have a lot because, like I said, I don't really change makeup out a lot. Okay, so I know that everybody gets on here and they talk about the beauty blender and all these bougie brushes. And yes, I have them because I was a sucker and I bought them too. But y'all know what I really like? I go to the beauty supply and I buy these like sponges, these little bags of sponges, and they're usually like $2 or $3 or something like that. And I use these. And that way I don't have to wash it. And I buy even those little beauty blenders from there. And when I'm done with it, I just throw it away. You know what I mean? Like I'll use it for a week or so, and then I'll just toss it. I'll use it for like 3 or 4 days or whatever, and I'll toss it. So I buy a bunch of these all the time when I'm in the beauty supply store, and they're just these little cosmetic sponges, and they work wonders for applying different things, different kinds of concealers and all kinds of stuff. So I use this stuff as well as, you know, like the little beauty blenders, and I use the little knockoff beauty blenders, and they work great. So I wanted to share that. These are absolutely my favorite. I'm forever buying these. Okay, so foundation. Okay, so one of the foundation brands I use is La Mer, right? I don't like heavy foundation, right? I don't have a ton of things to cover. Like I don't have acne, I don't have scarring on the skin. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation around the mouth and stuff like that. And at this point, honey, I don't even care if you see it, hell. But I will use this because this is light and it doesn't really feel like I have on a ton of makeup. Now the other one that I'll use, and I'll grab it, give me 1 second. But this one has SPF 20 in it. This is the Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 20. And I use the color Dusk 61. And I put a little bit on a brush or my sponge. I usually use a brush though. And I just kind of put it all over my face. And it covers what I need it to cover. And this is kind of like a light to medium coverage. This is not a full coverage foundation. So if you got a lot to cover, you're probably gonna have to use this in conjunction with a color corrector and a heavy concealer. But I just kind of use this, and I don't even use it every day though. You know what I mean? To be honest, this is me, you know, doing a full face, or if I'm too lazy to sit down and like really dot out the places that I want to use concealer. Because, you know, a lot of times with the concealer that I use, I can just dot out the places, you know, in the spots, and then that'll give me the look that I'm going for. But yeah, this is like my favorite foundation. And when I talk about sheer, lightweight, not heavy, it's not gonna go on and be orangey and I have to wait for it to, you know, melt in with my skin. This just goes on immediately and it just looks just like skin. I love this. Okay, so another foundation I use when I'm on the go and I just want to do something quick, and I'll even apply this with my hands. This is the Hourglass Foundation. I've been using this for years. This is the color Natural Amber is what I get it in. And this is one that I'll just blot on the spots. This is almost like as good as concealer. If I use this, then I don't really need to use concealer because this works thick enough. This is thick enough that it works as a concealer. Like, it'll cover the dark circles under my eyes and it'll cover everything that I need to cover. So this is something that I can totally do with just kind of doing it like that and using my hands or a light brush or something like that. And I can do this one on the go. This one is much more of a fuller coverage than this one is. You can definitely feel you have this on. So I used to try to wear this, I know, in my 40s as a full face, and it just felt like it was too heavy. So I like to just use this blotchy, like, you know what I mean, in certain areas. But when I'm doing a full face for real, I'll use this one. So this is my favorite, but this is another one that I like. I like this one too, okay? So these two foundations are my favorite. Now let's talk about concealer, right? I have been a Tarte concealer girl forever, and this stuff is, when I say this is strong concealer. Now I have a couple of different formulas of this. They have a new, more moisturizing formula which I mix with this. So this is the Tarte Sharp Shape Tape concealer that, again, if you don't have really bad skin, you could just really use this to just cover your spots, which I do a lot. I kind of do this sometimes as my, you know, no makeup look. I'll just kind of pat out the places that I want to use it. But because it's drying and I have like the dry eyes, I make sure that I moisturize really well under there, and I'll mix it with the other one. There's another one that I use, which I don't think I brought here, that is a little bit more moisturizing than this one, because this one is the matte formula. And so they do make a more moisturizing formula. I'll link both of them below. And I think that one has like a light lavender top instead of the dark purple top. But yeah, I like both of those a lot. I used to use NARS, but I just find like this is easy. I don't have to keep applying them. You know what I mean? I can just do that, like dot, and I'm good to go. So this is one, and I know they've made tons of other ones, but I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And plus the other ones, you know, tend to be a little bit more expensive. And this one, I want to say maybe it's $30. I don't even remember. But this is my favorite. It's been my favorite. I've been using it for like the last 6-7 years, and I feel no need to change it. All right. So contour. Now, sometimes I use bronzing powder. I'll use that to do my contour with. And sometimes if I want a cream contour, like for my nose up here, I will use the Fenty Beauty. I'll use these, and this is in Ebony. I'll use this stick and I'll, you know, contour nose. If I want to do like a really chiseled face or something like that, I'll use this. And I like it because it's creamy. Sometimes the powder could be a lot, you know what I mean? It'll sit on top of your face, and so it'll give it a certain look. So I try not to do that. And I like this. This is a cool tone brown, so you don't have that reddish undertone for your, you know, contouring. So I like that about this. So when I want to do like a more beat face, I'll use this. But it's not something that I use every day. I don't contour every single day because, like I said, I could do it with my bronzing powder that I use like blush, bronzing. I'll use it as kind of both. And I didn't bring it, I think it's the Anastasia bronzing powder. I think it's broke, so that's why I didn't bring it. I didn't want to spill it everywhere in my damn purse. All right, so the next thing is powder. Now, I used to be a huge Laura Mercier powder, but when I started buying the La Mer foundation, I bought the La Mer powder, and this one is, it's the loose powder, and it's in like a soft pinky brown color, right? I can't tell you what color it is, but I'll link it because it's not, it's gonna be, the powder thing is gonna be the color of my foundation, but I want you to see the color of the powder. It's not like white powder. It's kind of like a pinky, and the light's blowing it out, but it's kind of like a pinky, bronzy kind of color powder. So I don't get that like white undercast or anything like that. It just kind of, it blends in better with my skin tone. Like when I asked for the foundation, when I got matched for this foundation, they suggested this powder because it was the color for it. So I like the combination together. It's a really well milled powder. It's soft. I don't see like a heavy set of powder on my face. It's very, very, very soft. Like I don't have to do a lot of dusting off to get that white part off, because I don't really like to set my face because that'll just dry me out too much. So occasionally I will put a little bit under here, just a tiny, tiny bit, you know, just so I don't get the cracks, or I'll do here on my laugh lines or something like that. But I try to just let my foundation stay because, honey, I need as much moisturizing as I can. And then with that, I will use, I like this Charlotte Tilbury, what's her name? Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know what the hell her name is. Whatever her name is. But Charlotte Tilbury. I think Charlotte Tilbury. With that, I'll use the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand. And this is one of the blushes that I use. It works as a blush and also as a highlighter. Let me show you what it looks like. It comes like this, and I just kind of dab it here and here, and I'll kind of blend it, and it'll give me like a nice like highlighted face if I'm looking for something. Like especially in the summertime, when I want to be just glowy, or at nighttime, I love these. Now I have probably about 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4 colors. I'm probably exaggerating. I think I have like 3 colors of this. So I have like a peachy and I have a pinky. So I kind of go in between pinks and the peaches. And right now I've been on this peach kick where I've just been loving everything peach. So yes, this is something that I use a lot. I love these. I love the shininess it gives. Now, I don't have it on today, but definitely it's something that I keep in my makeup bag, and it's one of my favorites. And if I want to feel like I'm a little bit more made up, I'm a little bit more put together, I'm a little bit more sexy, like this, my little sexy thing right here, especially if I do it down my nose and here, it looks phenomenal. It gives you a glow out of this world, right? And it doesn't dry you. It's not like a powder sitting on your face. It's a cream, and I've been using a ton of cream products. All right, eyeshadow. Now, right now, I am a huge fan of Tom Ford eyeshadows, and I like these. I don't like the big palettes anymore. I find them to be bulky and just take up space. And because I'm on the go, going between 2 places and just wherever else I'm going, I like to have something small and compact, right? And I pretty much wear a version of the same eye every single day, right? So this is, Dior actually sent me this as a gift. I didn't even buy this. They sent me this as a gift, and it just became my favorite. As you guys can see, I kind of used the heck out of it. Like I've used it. So this one is called the Nude Dress, and this like peachy color here I use as a highlight, and this one here I use as a lid color, and this is the one that I carve out, you know, my crease color in. And I kind of blend around in this. You know, I play with this. Sometimes I'll use this as a highlighter. So this has kind of like been my favorite eyeshadow palette. Like I said, this is something that I throw in my purse, and throw on all the time. And this is something that I'm wearing most of the times. Like if you guys see me in videos or you see me out and about, if I have on makeup, I usually have on this. Now sometimes I'll just use the transition color and the highlight, and I won't do like lid and all that stuff. But if I'm doing, I try to keep the face, you know, as close to natural as I possibly can. Just because I notice now that I'm older, if I do heavier makeup, it tends to make me look a little older, you know? So I try to lighten it up a little bit, you know? So this is my favorite. I like the way these shadows, they're smooth, they're creamy, there's not a lot of fallout. And because, you know, I have the fine lines and stuff like that, I noticed that it doesn't really lay in the lines, you know what I mean? It just kind of glides over it, and it gives me a nice cover, like it gives me a nice pigment cover. And I like the way they look. Like I have heavy hooded eyes, and I like the way Dior and Tom Ford, and to me, the formulas feel very similar. I want to say this formula, Charlotte Tilbury, and Tom Ford, the formulas all seem pretty similar to me. But I like this one's small, compact, and I like this. Like I said, they sent this one to me, so it's just been my favorite. I've been using it for, I don't know, maybe a year or two. You know, and if I have something special where I want to use pink shadows, I'll bring out, I have all of those, you know. And I have like some Tom Ford shadow palettes that I'll use that have like the green in it, or they have blue in it, or they have gray and black. So if I'm doing something special, I have shadows, because most of us here on YouTube used to be huge makeup fanatics, so we have all of those shadows still left over. But just my day-to-day favorite, every day, it's not gonna let me down, goes with everything. This one is it right here. All right, now after I'm all done with like my face products, eyeshadow and everything like that, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I love this. It keeps my makeup in place, and it brings life back to my face, so it helps, you know, combat that dryness too. So I like this. I love the way that my skin feels afterwards. It's just kind of like a mist on your face. I like the way that it sprays too. It's like a big mist. I don't like that, you know, harsh spray. So I love this. This is probably like my third bottle of this. I like this a lot. So I like this one better than the Urban Decay All Nighter. This one to me is not as, it doesn't leave like, you know, the Urban Decay, I think the way that it sprays, it leaves like heavier, it sprays heavier in some spots, but this gives me a much more even spray. So I like this one. This one works well. Okay, so for my lip combo, I overdraw so that I can have fuller lips, okay? So my favorite lip pencil, as you can see, because it's little, isn't it little? Is MAC Cork. I still use this. I still rebuy it. I know people always like, try this one, try this one. I have Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. I still like my cork. I like it better. I even buy some of the ones from like the beauty supply stores, but I still always go back to my cork. I just like it. It doesn't have a lot of red in it. It's like, it's a pure brown that has much more of a grayer undertone. So it's just a darker brown that'll give me the look that I need when I'm pairing it with peach lipstick. Now the lipstick that I use is Peach Amber Lip Velvet, and this is by Anastasia. Now, you know, how do I put this? It's a matte, but you know when you buy the lipsticks, right? Because I wear Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks sometimes too, and you want it to get that blurred effect, you know, and so you kind of blot your lips to get it. Well, you don't have to blot your lips with these. These, what do they call? Lip velvets. You can just put them on, and they come in like maybe 5 or 6 colors. I have like maybe 3 of the colors. I have and they're all like a form of nude, right? So I have the pinky nude one, and then I have the peachy one. And the one that I think there was a young lady that was asking me what my lip color, and I know there was a few people in my inbox that was asking me what I use. And this is what I use. Now the red, I think I've answered the red. That one's by, oh my God, I can't think of the name of it. Pound Cake, that one's by Pound Cake, and that was the Maraschino red. And that's a black-owned brand, a woman black-owned brand. But this is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is that peach, and I use this every day. This is my everyday lip color. This is it. It doesn't dry, it's not drying because it's not that kind of a matte where your lips are gonna be dry and flaky and pilly and all that. So it's not like that. It's just kind of like how when you're gonna do a blurred lip, like your lip is gonna be, you know, like you just kind of blotted it off. This does that, right? And I mix these two together. Now, occasionally, this will be a little too boring, right? And if I don't wanna do gloss, I will then add in, if I don't wanna do gloss, I'll then add in one of these chubby sticks. This is a lip color stick from Babor, and this is a rose hip punch, right? And I'll put a little bit of this in there just to give me just a little bit of pink to it, just a little bit more pink, and to pull me kind of out of the peaches, you know, depending on what I'm wearing. So I like this. This doesn't take away the blurred effect, so this isn't gonna give you like a really heavy dose of color. You know, it's gonna look like that, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of blends really well with this lip velvet. And I do have this on with the cork, so I am wearing this today with this. I like this. I like how this kind of goes against, you know, blues. And I just got on an oversized sweater and some jeans, y'all. I'm not really dressed up or anything because I'm just chilling here, cooking, chilling. But yeah, so I like this with this. I like to mix these two together. So, but this looks just fine if you don't want to add more color. So I would say, if you like the chubby sticks, I like these. I like chubby sticks. I feel like they're softer than the lipsticks. I don't necessarily want the sheen that comes with the lipstick. You know what I mean? I want just the color payoff, and I want the softness, but I don't want that like shininess. If I want shininess, then I'll usually grab a Fenty lip gloss. Those are my favorite lip glosses. And Dior, I like Dior lip glosses a lot. I didn't bring a lip gloss because I've kind of been just doing this, you know, I've been doing this. And this pretty much stays all day. I can drink with it, I can eat with it, and my lips pretty much stay the same. So this right here is my lip combo, and I do have a set when I want to do pink. So if I'm gonna do like, you know, like a pink face, like I may do pink blush or something like that, then I'll switch this to the pink one. I'll link that one. I didn't bring it, but I'll link that one below. So, and like I said, this isn't like, let me pull it out, the wand. This is not gonna give you like an extreme matte lip. The wand is soft. It's gonna give you that blurred lip that I love. I love a blurred lip where, you know, you've got on lipstick, but it's not like you're leading with it. You know what I mean? It's not like that's the first thing that you're leading with. So that is, I think that's it. That's all of my beauty makeup favorites. I tried to get through this as fast as I can. I hope this answered questions that you guys were asking me about. Yeah, that's it. I didn't bring a mascara out because I wear false lashes. So, and normally I use a white liner here, and I don't even do mascara down here at the bottom. I just kind of let that be plain. I kind of, you know, I like lashes at the top, but at the bottom, I don't really need anything. Occasionally, you know, if I'm going out at night and I want it to be a really strong smoky eye, then yeah, I'll put some color down here, and then I'll put like mascara on. And the mascara that I use again is the Dior. It was a gift from Dior, so I use it. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it works for what I need it to work. But I'm not a heavy mascara wearer because, like I said, I get my lashes done, so. And it cuts off on time. I want to tell you, ladies, if you're at a place in your life and you like to wear lashes, you know what I mean, and you're not someone who wants to sit up there and put them on every single day, you know, if you could make that part of like your beauty routine, because those things are important, especially, you know, as you age, if you care about beauty and stuff like that. Like I make sure I go see a hairstylist. I get my hair professionally done. I get my nails professionally done. I go to the dermatologist, I go to the dentist, you know what I mean? I do all those things to try to make sure that, you know, I'm not just purchasing clothing and thinking that that's gonna take care of everything. All of that goes towards you being stylish and fashionable and looking healthy and feeling good about yourself, you know? Well, it does for me. It does for me. So those things are important. So I recommend, you know, if you have a person that you feel like can do your lashes, definitely go, because that takes off a lot of time off of my makeup routine. Eyebrows, I get my eyebrows done. I do fill them in because, you know, like I said, as you age, they get a little sparsely. And I haven't microbladed them. And I don't have a desire to, not right now. I don't mind doing a little fill-in. I find it fun because I like to change the shape from time to time. That's it. So that's everything I have. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.